Listen to this.
Give it up for Dave Bracey and Ed.
Yes! Welcome to the 100th episode of the Drinking Partners Podcast. You motherfuckers just happy because y'all drunk. Don't act like... Y'all try to act like y'all love us.
We are not that good. We're the drunk chicks at the end of the party that y'all taking home. Like,
Not right now, Dave. Not in this climate. We don't want to talk about anything that's date rapish. Like nothing, no pee grabbing. Wow, we are live. We are live here at Pittsburgh Playwrights Theater. Very happy to be here. Give it up for the Playwrights Theater. Shout out to Mark Southers. Shout out to all you beautiful people who came out to support. We are very humbled and very happy. If you're not familiar with the podcast and you're listening online, I am half of your hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
what's good with you people? We are Drinking Partners. If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Facebook, and Twitter under PartnersPod, man. 100 episodes, man. We've been asking for you. I mean, we've been asking you. We're going to ask you again, man. Please, hop on iTunes, rate and review. You know, that's how we know what we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well. So please, hop on iTunes, rate and review, man. It takes 30 seconds, you know?
It really does. Listen, you love us. You tell us you love us when you see us in public. Now just go on the internet and tell the internet that you love us. Look, this is our 100th episode. We're live, and we just got to shout out our sponsors. We got a really cool, fucking dope sponsorship.
So much love, man. I can't even, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for so much love and support that we've gotten from the community, you know, listeners and artists and politicians and entrepreneurs and just the community in general. You know what I mean, to get to this point, I'm gonna try not to drop a tear. If I do, then I'm gonna blame it on some dust.
Thug tears. Hey, we sharing thug tears. This 100. Oh shit. All right, we ain't soft because we crying. We drunk as hell.
But yeah,
you know how it be when you get drunk. You start crying.
We want to shout out some of the sponsors. Shoe Brew came out all the way from Zelienople. Shout out to Zach.
Check out, and I'm reading this because I'm fucked up. Check out Shoe Brew's Core Farm New England IPA. Good as shit. Got some bite. What is it? 9 point something.
Yeah, it's that New England style. It's cloudy.
Yeah, it's no joke.
You know, fills you up. It's nice.
Yeah, it gets real. We get real
down
out
well.
here. We got Apis Meadery in the building.
Shout out Dave Sumner. Dave brings the party.
Shout out to their or try their cranberry clove. I know my sisters are here.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're gonna make it back to Cleveland because they've been drinking that clove.
They say it's Thanksgiving in the cup, man. It's delicious. It's delicious.
We got Bloom Brew, best sours in the city.
Best sours in the city, Bloom Brew. Chef in the gang.
Go to Bloom Brew, buy some sours, possibly smoke some sour. I don't know. They got the pineapple habanero sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Got that fuego. We got that fuego for you. Yeah, I mean, it goes down hot. Yeah.
Everything about Bloom Brew sounds like a drug deal in Homestead. Everything. Got that fuego. Shout out to Rock Bottom, another sponsor of ours.
Yeah. Shout out to May Evans.
Tried that Pure Red Fury, the Red Ale, good as shit. Make sure you stop down at Rock Bottom in the waterfront. That's my favorite spot. Go there after the improv.
Shout out to Homestead, doing the big down there, yeah.
Meg down there, head brewer, got her name on the door.
Yeah. I mean, breaking them glass ceilings out here. Shout out to Meg. I don't know if she here or whatever, but breaking them glass ceilings.
Shout out now, for all the people here, we do got merch out there that got our little, you know what I'm saying, insignia on it. We got T-shirts for $15, bottle openers $5, beer koozies.
Koozies.
We got koozies now.
Koozies.
And we just need to shout out a special guest. She's sitting in the front row. Miss Mary Mack in the building.
Mary
donated
Mack,
all
Mack,
our stuff.
Mack.
Don't you be humble. That humble way.
Go grab some of her biscuits.
Right.
That's not an innuendo.
Go get some sour, then go to Bloom Brew, get some sour beer, and then go to Miss Mary Mack and get your edibles for the munchies. We got you all set up for your Saturday night.
Yeah.
All right, everybody in here getting towed back. So we got a special sponsor too.
Yeah, man.
Everybody here has been exposed to it. We got Tom from Full Pint Brewery.
Full Pint Brewery, man.
They called us in. And they wanted to collaborate on the beer. We sat down with them. They wanted to figure. He's up. He creeped. I don't know where the fuck he came from. So I'm scared.
They called and was like, yeah, we want to like collaborate on the beer. We were like, us? Like, are you? What? Like,
I was like, hell yeah. I don't know what they said. I was like, hell yeah, let's collaborate. So they were like, what type of beer would you like? And if you listen to the podcast, you know I drink Hennessy heavily, so it was only right that we did a cognac beer, and we named it Hundo for our 100th episode. So special shout out to Full Pint.
yeah, appreciate that.
We appreciate the love and support. Been working with these guys. We got Tom from Full Pint here on the podcast early just to talk about the Hundo, how it came about, what it is, and why you should drink it, because you should. So, say what up to the people.
What's up, everybody? The Hundo, I remember when we had you guys down to the pub.
Yeah.
Brainstorming,
that got
talking about
sloppy as fuck, man.
I felt bad.
It was
I came
terrible.
in thinking cognac. Like, that's all I wanted was cognac beer.
We went on some dark paths on that. We're like, well, let's do this. And I'm like, that sounds terrible. That just sounds like a fermentation abortion. It's just terrible, terrible. And then we kind of started to move it toward, you started talking cognac. I'm like, that sounds really good.
I came through talking cognac. Let's not act like I wasn't there from the gate.
Well, no,
talking
you
yak.
wasn't there from the gate because you showed up late. So
That's
there
what
was
I
that. Like, we were talking
what I
weird
do.
shit, and then you showed up like, what about some cognac? And we were like, all right.
Well, I got 2 kids, 3 and under, and I drink a lot of cognac. You're never showing up on time. There's no way I'm showing
that
up
brown
on
time.
You got to give me a 30-minute buffer. Like, if you want to start at 3, tell me 1:30. Like, if you show up at 3.
Man, that sounds like when I was at the Beers of the Berg. I had a bunch of people come to help me out. I said, come here at 1:30. Be there at 1:30. 3 o'clock. Everyone shows up. I'm like,
Well,
what?
if you talking about people drinking, there's nobody showing up on. Like, everybody
I
wants
guess.
to pregame before
Tell
going to
everybody
drink. Like, people
half an
here,
hour sooner.
they're still going out after this. I don't know why. Like, we're getting.
Yo, shout out to the motherfucker that posted on Instagram was like, yo, I'm pre-gaming for the drinking partner shit. Like, did you not know?
You're crazy.
The fuck was that you, bro? Are you all right? Yeah, are you all right? Is your liver cool? You got one on ice? Like, you got an extra longer, like, I don't know you were pre-gaming for a beer fest? Like, what do you do? Like,
That man is going to go home on a hover round.
yeah,
He ain't driving.
that's a lawsuit. Like, I gotta talk to Fetterman's
We
people.
got to
after
buy
that.
insurance.
We gotta cover our asses after that. Like,
See,
he
got the
shouted us out like, I'm
Yeah,
pre-gaming
fam,
it.
don't put us in your tweets. Yo,
Yeah.
don't add us. You dry snitching out here.
That's reckless.
So the Hundo, what is it?
Truth, tell us about it.
Why
Tell
is
us
it so
the
good?
process, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a double red ale, double imperial, whatever, same thing.
Yeah.
8.3%, 38 IBUs. But I figured I'd palindrome you guys on that one.
No, 8.3 I can handle,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't like to say the dude's pal drove me at any point.
No,
I'm not-
palindrome.
yeah, I'm not.
Palindrome.
I don't.
It's not something
That's
I'm gonna
not
agree to.
what he said, but
Well,
pause.
Yeah, well, I paused it.
Nah, it's a palindrome.
Yeah.
Oh, no, those aren't words
palindrome.
that I'm using tonight.
It's-
I'm cutting it off at 2 syllables, fam. Like,
That's right. So it's you switch the numbers. So I mean it's made with honey malt, Simcoe hops. It's just real soaked oak chips and delicious cognac. Fermented the beer on those sweet, sweet chips of oak.
That's what's crazy because I mean, we sat down and like you were like, yeah, let's do some like kind of like a barrel aged type thing, and like you were like, there's tricks to it that you guys could pull out because I thought you just had to.
We barrel age a beer that would take. This is more, as Sean says, that the hack job. You got to do it a little quicker.
Yeah. But like it came out fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
Did you guys have that? Did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah, had the hundo.
I got a lot of fans out there.
Yeah.
Guys coming back for seconds, thirds, and fourths.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Yeah,
Every
smooth.
single time I see the look of lust increasing in their eyes, they're like, this guy is getting increasingly better looking.
Well, you know the saying, once you go yak, you don't go back. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of aphrodisiac going on in here. But
The last time someone comes out that biting their finger, they're like, ooh, look at this guy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So how long you guys gonna have this on tap? Like where can they get it?
We're
at?
actually sending out a fresh batch. You can catch it at your favorite watering hole. If they don't have it, cause a stink. Get it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to send out about 18 6-barrels out to Wilson McGinley territory, which is the 9 counties around Allegheny.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Keep it.
yeah, who out there wants them to continue to make the hundo? Sounds like something that you gotta. You know what I mean?
Maybe
Something
we
you
can
gotta
actually
keep
get our
producing.
hands on some true oak, and like oak barrel age, and then for your 200th.
Ooh.
Well, I'm thinking, you thinking 200, thinking 110. I'm gonna hit up Nas because he's a Hennessy endorser. I'm gonna hit him up, see what he can do,
Just
get a
send-
signature
send that
fade
barrel
with a bevel
down.
blade, all that.
You think our livers are gonna be like last till 200? Like
I got faith
you
in
think?
you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. It's better than what I have in me. So.
Hey, well, we want to thank you, one, for making this wonderful beer and letting us be a
Yes.
part of it, two,
No
for
one's
coming
drinking
down,
the beer. Come on,
supporting.
you guys gotta-
I've been drinking hundo this whole time.
I'm still trying to get the man. We will get that done. We will get it out. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank
My
you
pleasure.
for this barrel, and just thank you for the support throughout. Like I mean, the whole night. This is your third time on the cast.
That's
So-
right.
Yeah, Tom's a drinking partner's vet.
Yeah, he's a vet out here.
23, 51, and 100.
There it is.
I like it.
Hey, so make
All right.
sure if you're in the city, check out Full Pint. What's the address out in Northside?
1963 Lincoln Highway.
And where can they find you
Lincoln
online?
Highway.
Full Pint Brewing Company. Are you guys testing me? I'm like, is this some sobriety test I don't
No,
know
we just,
about?
just hope people go to the. This is how we got you to give us free beer. We're like, yo, we gonna tell people where you are. They
5308
gonna
Butler
come see
Street,
you.
officer. 5308 Butler Street, I swear.
You see that ID? Yeah,
just
you ain't
Google
think
it.
you ain't think you
You know
get
what I
carded
mean?
by a black man, did you?
ZYXWVU TSR.
All right, well, that's
Thank you,
time.
thank
Thank
you,
you
thank
very
you.
much, man. Fucking hundo's good as shit.
Thank you, sir.
Wait
We
for Tom to
appreciate
take his hand. This is our 100th episode, and as you can tell, we're just getting as fucked up as possible, which is dope. But what we decided to do for this episode, we brought a few people who were on the podcast who made like a major impact, help us grow to where we are. Some of our favorites. I don't know. What are you smiling about over there, man?
I keep forgetting there's people out there. Like, we don't.
What do you
I'm
mean?
like, once I get into the conversation, I'm just talking like nobody's listening and not looking at people's face like, oh shit.
Oh,
Like, they're watching us. Like, that's weird as fuck. That's weird as hell. And they're like dark in the back, so I don't even know if they liking it. Like,
Let me tell you something.
they
man.
tweeting
Once-
weird shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Like, but the beer's alright. Like,
You can never forget the people in the room. Once I count 7 white people, I'm fully aware that they're here. Like, ain't no telling how that night could go. I was getting all sentimental, then he acted all drunk. Listen, we got some people here
we
that
got some
we've
heavy hitters out
grown
here, man.
to grow relationships with, who came and supported the podcast when there was no reason to.
True. Truth.
When we were just 2 dudes drinking a lot, and they were like, well, okay, I'll align myself with that. And one of these guys, our first guest, now I'm not from Pittsburgh, I'm from Cleveland. I'm proud to say that. Don't say anything. Let it go. Let it go. Thank
we'll
you, Miss
accept
Mary
this.
Mack. All y'all in the back booing. Fuck y'all, all right? I don't know y'all. I can't see y'all. But anyway, I came out here. I found out he was like a Pittsburgh celeb, like a staple,
Legend.
a fucking legend.
Yes.
And there was absolutely no reason for him to sit down with Day and myself and have any type of conversation, but he did, and he brought me really good cognac.
One-upped us on our own podcast. Like,
One
fuck what y'all
up
be
the
drinking
Hennessy.
on.
He's probably the reason that most of you guys are here. So we should have made him come on last. But, give him a warm welcome, everybody. Rick Sebak in the building.
Ricky Salvage.
My God, don't leave me hanging. Pretty Ricky. This motherfucker brought another bag. Ain't no telling what he go. Rick Sebak brought Anne
shit.
Frank's diary to this. We don't know what he got.
That's our blackout, I guarantee.
I don't know. Well, Rick, say what up to the people.
What up with the people, Ricky? Ricky Salvage?
Is that working?
Is that word? Yeah.
We know you're not from Pittsburgh.
Wait, I don't like your posture when you say that. I don't like how you squared up on me.
You said North Versailles.
That's what it is, though. Like, all y'all clapping, all y'all ignorant as fuck.
Get at him, Ricky.
Because there ain't no sales in Versailles. Like, it's North Versailles. We gonna let it go, but
I think that's the effect of the cognac.
nah. It is. He's got glasses, so I win.
So can you believe it's 100?
No.
Hell
Not at
no.
all.
I'm still, no, hell no. I don't even,
I can't
I'm
believe
sitting at
you
the table
came
with
back.
Ricky Salvage right now. Like, it's insane.
I don't think I've done 100 shows at QED. I mean, that's a big
Oh,
accomplishment.
Yeah, you've done 100 shows.
You guys have 100 shows. That's excellent.
Whoa, that's quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gotta do 100. Like,
Yeah, we're not gonna tell you episode 67 is the shit. Like, we generally go rule of 50. So 50's good, 100's good. The rest of that shit just happens.
Oh, he came out with that's like a, oh, what the fuck is that? See what I mean? Are those edibles? Like, what?
Wait, no, he works for WQED. Don't attach him to edibles. Like,
Actually, a woman at QED gave me these. They're QED 25th anniversary glasses.
Ooh.
And I know you guys are always drinking out of these red cups, but
Yeah. Oh, you know,
know,
upgrade us. You gonna upgrade us?
if you're
Yeah,
gonna
that
have,
was your- that was
I
a
think
subtle way of saying
brought
step
cups.
your
I
life
brought
up.
glasses the last time too. So, these are from the QED 25th anniversary, which had to be like 15, 16 years ago.
Ooh.
And I don't know, because I like cognac as much as you do. You both do.
Yeah.
I've been asking people to make me sidecars. Do you ever have a sidecar?
I don't know
I
what
have
a
had a
sidecar is.
sidecar.
What is that?
I don't know what it is,
Is it
but
from
it's a
Louisiana?
cognac
It sound
drink.
like a.
It's a cognac drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
it's a cognac cocktail.
it's cognac, orange liqueur, and lemon juice. So I squeezed the lemons.
You squeezed the lemon. Did you squeeze us some lemons,
We got
Ricky?
Ricky squeezing lemons for us. That's
Yeah.
dope.
We're not worthy.
Yeah.
Man, what?
For 100th, it's worth it, you know?
Oh, you squeeze some lemons, pause.
He got bartender wrists too. You see how quick his wrist is going?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
God. I just love the fact that we present this side of Rick Sebak to the public. Like, not only does he doesn't just do breakfast documentaries. He can cause a hangover just as well.
Look
Like,
at him working out here. So for those that are at home listening to this, because I don't know what the fuck this is gonna sound like at home, but he's over here like working the table right now, like flipping cups behind his back and like rolling them down his, his shoulders. Like he's like the globetrotter of bartenders right now.
like Rick Sebak is making sidecars
Sidecars.
as we sit here and try to carry the conversation because we just want to watch him do it.
Yeah, like I just want to sit here and watch this
And
man
that
work.
just doesn't translate well
Nah.
to a
So I
online
apologize
podcast.
for those listening to it, but it doesn't sound too interesting. But it's fucking dope as hell. And maybe you should have bought a ticket tonight.
Yeah, that's
'cause
why
then
we
you would have
sold
saw it.
tickets online.
So
Wait, what is that shaker? What animal is that?
yeah, that's like what he's shaking up boxcars,
What animal is
sidecars,
that?
and a dog.
He said boxcars are sidecars.
Sidecars.
It's
I'm
a polar
sorry.
bear. So he has a Coca-Cola polar bear that he's shaking it up in. I don't know what the fuck to say. I wasn't ready for this.
Nah.
Has anyone had a sidecar in the crowd?
Yeah, they.
Same people that booed that I was from Cleveland. Is that lady still raising her hand? She's been raising her hand since 7:30. Put your fucking hand down.
Do you
And
have
she
to
got one of
pee?
them weird elbows
Like-
that click in.
Do we need to check on
She
you?
scares me. She's double jointed in her elbow, which is the most useless place to be double jointed.
Okay, but yo, it's Ricky's South.
She gives.
So,
The history of these, they were invented in Paris around 1920. Some people think they're the best thing to come out of Prohibition. It's
why are
Two
they
par-
coming out of Prohibition?
well, because to the 20s. This was a drink that came from Paris, the
Yeah.
United States, and
dead serious.
This man.
now
knows everything.
sometimes they'll put sugar on the rim, but I
I don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you put sugar on the rim of your
yeah,
glass, I don't trust you.
Wikipedia
Those
says
little
that doesn't
ladies.
happen until 1934.
Yeah.
So if the drink starts in 20, there were 14 years with no sugar.
Yeah,
so
you might want to do that for your
so here,
boo.
for 100.
The hunt.
Oh,
Cheers.
shit. I
Thank
didn't
you so much.
That's good as hell.
Holy fuck. Like,
You know what that tasted like? An Uber drive. Like that tasted like I'm no longer driving tonight. I'm put the keys away.
yeah, that'll, cause like it's deceptive. Like it's mad sour. It's gorgeous because you got that cognac. It kind of cuts that bitterness of the cognac or whatever, that little back
lemon.
bite, and with the lemon, and it goes down. It goes down too smooth. Yeah, y'all know that. Like you get like you be like, oh, this ain't shit, and then like 3 in, you're like,
Yeah, you're not 3
and
in
you're
on
done.
these. Yeah, you ain't 3 in on these. He filled that whole polar bear with cognac.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole.
Yeah, that whole.
I filled the whole growler. It was
Yeah,
a
you
whole-
brought a
You
cognac
brought a growler of cognac?
Well, it was Courvoisier and Grand Marnier.
Ooh.
Shit. See what I mean?
We up here making a rap video.
See what I mean about this dude stunting on us? Always like we can't compete, man.
I'm taking
like,
Sebak
He
to
came
the
on
club.
100th episode was like, y'all nigga, like.
I thought that was the name of the show.
Yo, well, I'm cool.
Drinking
I'm over here
partners.
happy as shit you broke cognac. Dave drinks beer exclusively. I'm a cognac man, so I'm going to
Don't
get
tell
another.
these lies.
These-
I actually know people here. Don't tell these lies.
What does Dave drink, people who know him? Beer. Exactly.
That was one. You got a plant back there. Like he planted somebody in the crowd for that. No, this is awesome. This is awesome.
So what's going on with Rick Sebak? Like, what you got going on? Are you going to go and do a drinking documentary now that you've been fucking with us? Or what's going on?
Man, what's good with Ricky?
I would if I could, you know?
You can. You are Rick Sebak.
No, it's been a sort of a fallow little period here, so it looks like we're going to do a Kickstarter for my new show after the first of the year. Okay. So,
Kickstarter? Yeah.
I say
Hey,
it's
are y'all gonna? Are we gonna help Ricky Sebak get his shit together? Yeah. Y'all listening to that at home? Watch out for that.
remember that in February.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we'll remind them.
Okay. But I'm looking to do another little series of shows like we did for when we did for 3 years we did a show called It's Pittsburgh and a lot of other stuff. So it lets you do anything. So I got to do the Dirty Dozen bike ride and Squirrel Hill Tunnels on their 60th birthday and stuff like that.
Fuck the Squirrel Hill tunnels.
I concur. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
shit. Like, Stop stopping when you get in them fucking tunnels.
Yeah.
Just go.
Fuck all Pittsburgh tunnels, for real, for real.
You go in the tunnel, people going 12. You get out the tunnel, they going 60. It's like, why the fuck was you going 12?
Like tunnels are lawless zones. That's the one place you can speed and you know you're not gonna get pulled over. Like, why are you slowing down? I mean, like, don't make any sense.
I think I have the heaviest foot in the Liberty Tubes.
Yeah.
But that's that's the tunnel I grew up with. But the first line of my show about the Squirrel Hill tunnels is everybody hates the Squirrel Hill tunnels.
Well, if you weren't on QED, it would have been fuck the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. you need to get you an HBO special.
But you
Ricky
obviously
after
didn't
dark.
watch, so you don't know the important detail. I was born the day the Squirrel Hill tunnels opened.
Oh.
And I'll tell you how weird it is when you're doing research on something and you see your birth date. June 5th, 1953, first cars come through the Squirrel Hill tunnels.
1953?
That's my birthday.
What is you eating, man? You out here looking all, you know what I mean, young.
And we were supposed to pass over that.
Am I too old to be on the show now?
I'm trying to get on your diet though, like, you know what I mean? With that, like, cause your hairline is way.
Your shit's gone.
I just want to keep.
This not coming back.
Oh
Let it
man,
go.
I don't know, man. I got hope.
There's nothing you could do with that. No.
I got hope.
No.
I don't. No, I got hope.
53.
I can't.
What type of cars was going through the tunnels?
The first car through was a big Cadillac.
Yeah, that was for me.
You know,
Caddy.
big caddy,
Yeah, big body.
There's a picture of it. There's a great old picture. That's where I
Yeah.
saw my birth date, June 5th, 1953.
Long ass Cadillac.
There's a
cognac.
governor or somebody coming through the. I think there were other cars that went through beforehand, but that was the opening day. So I said it's kind of a nice birth image too, you know, coming through the tunnel.
That was graphic. But that was.
My mom is dead, or I couldn't tell that joke, I guess.
Bless her heart, and thank her.
Hey,
For,
she was the best.
She
was the best.
She raised an amazing son, man. So shout out to the Squirrel Hill Tunnels, and shout out to Mrs. Sebak.
Is that what you calling his mom, the Squirrel Hill Tunnel? That's weird. Are you
I didn't
okay
make
with
the
that?
analogy, bro. I'm
No,
not.
no.
Yeah, I'm just carrying it.
I would
You-
love
you
to
only
call your
said
mom
nice
the Squirrel
things
Hill
about my
Tunnel.
mom.
That's dope. I'm going to call my mother the Squirrel Hill Tunnel and see how she feels.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
You get in trouble.
Shout out to all the Squirrel Hill Tunnels in the building. Some of y'all got 2 lanes.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't give me cognac. I don't even know where that came from.
All right, so we have another guest coming up on the podcast. Ricky, you gonna stay with us? You gonna chill out, hang out with us some more? Yeah, yeah.
I can do it.
Nice.
Can you give our next guest no, you stay where
you can stay right here.
where
We'll
you
fill
are.
in. We'll
How
fill
about if I
in.
make a
Are
drink
we
for
gonna
this
give our
next
next
guest?
guest a sidecar?
Yeah, I'm gonna make them.
Hell,
All right,
fucking
there
yeah.
it is. So
Are you
our
bringing him on?
yeah, our next guest.
Shh, everyone, Dave's introducing a guest. This is big.
Yeah, no, that ain't my job. I forgot that wasn't my job.
Well, motherfucker, you started.
Our next guest coming to the stage, he is one of Pittsburgh's favorite artists, one of the best in the land. He runs Studio AM down in Homestead, and you've seen his art everywhere. He's actually been persecuted for his art, which makes him a true artist. Let's give it up for the artist, Baron Badge.
What up? Is it on? Is this on?
Is it on?
You
Is
good?
it? Is it?
With a
You
mic
in there?
check?
Oh, it's on. Okay.
Nah.
Baron Batch, say what up to the people.
What up, guys?
We had Batch on at a semi-live down at Studio. Now you got me stuttering.
Yeah.
Studio AM.
I ain't got you. The sidecars got you like that.
Sidecar got me fucked
Ricky
up.
got you like that. Yeah.
Is that it?
Pretty Ricky did it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yours. All right.
First and foremost, Studio AM, one of the dopest spots I've
Yeah.
been to in Pittsburgh. Just such a cool feel, such a chill vibe. So I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Especially
Definitely.
putting it at Homestead because, motherfuckers try to act like you can't put shit there. And you can.
Yeah. And you introduced her to fucking strawberry water. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was like, wait, you could just make?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys. Like, y'all are the dopest for real. Like, and y'all have been the dopest. Like, and I really appreciate seeing like not only you guys but Epicast and Pittsburgh and everybody just like fuck with each other to the point where like we're one. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's very dope. Like, I mean, that's super rare right now. You know what I mean? Like,
One thing I could say about Baron Batch, he's always about inclusion. And in this industry and work, like doing the arts and entertainment, you're not always going to run into people who are like trying to big up what you're doing because everybody sees shit as competition. Because if you're here tonight, you're not at another event. But Baron Batch has always been very supportive. He's always we've had some really cool chop it ups in the basement of Studio AM. So I thank you for that. For the people who are not aware, which I don't think anyone here is not aware, but for the people online, what is Studio AM? Like, what's the concept? What's going on there?
So Studio AM was a crazy ambitious dream that formed out of like constant misdirections and what it turned into. When I was on the other side of what a lot of people's entertainment is, playing football. One thing that I realized about that is a lot of the players, a lot of people on the other side of that, like when you have an opportunity to get out of there, you have an off week, or like everybody got out of Pittsburgh, and like 6 years ago, even over the last 6 years, seeing like what's happened with downtown, when I was playing, that was the one thing that kind of like sparked my attention is like, what are all the things going on, And then I realized like how many talented, like dope, creative individuals just exist in Pittsburgh right now. And I realized that there was a need for something like Studio AM. So it's a creative collective. We collaborate, to enhance and diversify the culture.
So how cool is it going from looking for what's going on to becoming what is going on? Like, how do you staple yourself as that place? How was it for you initially? Because I'm sure you got tired of people coming up asking you about the Steelers, and you're like, I got this whole other thing going on.
I mean, it's actually I appreciate anybody that comes up to me and asks me anything because like I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? Like so like it was something that I had to lose my ego to let go of that. You know what I mean? Like it's something that you have to understand. Like when I chose to stay here, I was like my existence, my person had been defined by something already. You know what I mean? So for me, being a person that wasn't just okay with being understood as like broken tackles, yards, gains, touchdown scores, and wins, losses, like. I wanted something more purposeful. That was like terrifying. You know what I mean? To look and be like, wow, like imagine Rick Sebak. Imagine if someone took that from you. You fuck him up, right? You earn that, right? You earn that. You see what I'm saying? So like for me, it wasn't so much that anybody was trying to take something from me. It's just that they weren't trying to hear what I said I was trying to do, and once I let go of like the personal feeling of that and just kept working, it just winds up where like I'm gonna leave right here and go back to work. You know what I mean? Like that's all I do.
Like,
I'm
doing that.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, we're not doing that. I want to. I'm like, man, I must be doing something wrong. Maybe sidecars. I don't know. But that is a hell of a work ethic. And like, I mean, and then just watching you, like I see you. I've seen how like because when he's actually like going from one image to another. Like I mean, just even myself going from like. I spent my whole 20s just like, hopping to jobs. It was just like, yeah, I'm doing this week, and next week I'm doing something else, and like trying to define myself as like, hey, bro, like I'm really actually trying to do this comedy thing. They're like, all right. And I mean, like, so like to get from there to like, be taken seriously and then like actually get that, cred. Like I admire, like, cause I've watched your career early on. I mean, from the transition, and like you've done amazing things. So big ups to that. What in your career, like, haven't you done that you want to do moving forward? Like, what's on the horizon for you? Is it because Studio AM? I just want to say, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, for those who are listening, those who are here that don't know, like, I mean, like, you go in there and there's art everywhere. The walls are decked wall to wall with a collection of great art from, a great many things. And art is, like, I mean, like, it's just one of those arts that's like, you'll see something that's beautiful and you'll throw it on the wall, and like it's one of those things that like people wouldn't normally look at and admire, but you go in there and you're like, oh, that's cool as fuck. You know what I mean? So like you've done that, and then you have the brunches. You know what I mean? And then you've done you've cultivated cultures. You have nights down there where like you have entrepreneurs come down and you give them chances to grow, as well. So like you've brought community in there. So what's on the horizon for Studio AM and Bear and Batch, man?
That was like a 7-minute question. What do you answer first?
It's funny. Like a lot of people ask me that, and over the last week, I've kind of put like a halt on like what I want, and I've given like a tremendous amount of focus to what I feel like needs to be done with like a position that I have. And what I think's on the horizon, not just for Studio AM or myself, but like Pittsburgh collectively is I think that this is like a special moment to like really shine as something very different. You know what I mean? Like everybody's watching everything right now, and it feels good to be in a place like this. So for me, there will be more things like this, more things that bring people together. I'm going to focus on the things that bring people together, where they discuss ideas, where they create things together that they're proud of. I have a lot of large-scale like group art installations. That's something that I'm going to focus on tremendously over the next year. I think it's important for people that don't look the same to make something and figure out problems, and then have like an end result that everybody's like excited about. And I'm just gonna keep moving
keep
forward.
moving,
Yeah.
keep pushing. Like I mean, with art, I think you have that freedom to kind of create on the fly. That vision of just pushing the culture forward is very important. And like for Dan and myself, we always promote entrepreneurship, and that's a long word to be trying to say at this point. But the word that y'all thought I was trying to say, that's what I was trying to say. I know you got some hate coming in that came in your direction because you do a lot of street art. And I think one of the coolest things about you is like you can just go random places and you'll just see Bear and Batch art. Like there's this dude, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a comedian. He has this notebook that you drew on, and this fucker is like so proud of that shit.
That's cool. That's very
and
cool.
it is cool. I mean, it's cool for you.
Tell him I
It's
said
a
thanks.
little weird for me because I'm like, I heard the story before, but that's dope. You know what I mean? But like, how do you deal with that? So I don't know what happened with that situation.
What was it like being a wanted man?
Like they tried to jam you up?
And like I woke up in the
For
morning,
art.
they're like, we're coming for Baron. I was like, what? Like what was that like? When did you hear about it? Like how did you know they was coming for you? They was knocking on your door. Like how did that happen, man?
It's pretty crazy. And part of me is like, there's part of me that's like, will my lawyer be super pissed off that I discussed this like before the court date happens? So I think she would. So I want to be like, I might not answer, but I'm gonna give you an answer.
You don't have to answer.
No, but I will. No.
No.
No, you gotta understand because I'm not scared of saying like what I think. It just give me a minute to think about it. What was it like to be a wanted man? It felt. You know what it felt like?
Yeah.
It felt like every moment that I was wanted, I was becoming more valuable.
Yeah. That was a good
Yeah,
answer.
you bitch niggas
Yeah,
that tried to
that's a
lock
good
him
answer.
up. You drove the price
It really,
up,
it felt like that, and yeah, I mean, so it's not just important; it's imperative, like in today's age, that people hold tight to the moral fiber that compels them to add to the world. You know what I mean? Like that is like very important right now. And It's something that, you know, I'm if I could go do it again, I'd do it again and I'd become more valuable.
Nice.
Fucking add to
But
the
I
world.
won't,
people.
but I won't because it's illegal.
Right.
So I'll get sanctioned spaces and I'll do it the right way. You
Exactly.
know,
Facts.
I'll do it the right way.
Facts, no
Yes.
printer for my wife
Yes.
in the crowd. Yeah, add to the world. So adding to the world, where can people find your art? Where can they find you? How do people go about, you know, getting next to Baron Batch and getting this shit?
I mean, I wouldn't even say like try to like find my art. You know, I'll talk about like what my art is, right? So for me, I find value in being able to take a circumstance, right, that most people may not even pay attention to because they're caught up too much in like their own shit, and being able not just to add to it because like I'm seen a certain way, but add to it where everybody in that circumstance is advanced, right? So like there's just a certain amount that like right now with my let me tell you guys a little bit about my perspective right now. We all know what's like it's a crazy perspective to be like a known famous artist for like in today's America when people are like, what do you think? What are you making? What is the tone of that? There's a lot for me that like I'm feeling right now that I want to express, but the thing about it is discretion is the most important thing right now. That like discretion is a form of intelligence right now. So for me, there's a certain amount that like I'm processing all this, you know, and what's came out of this is me really seeing so many. Like I drove by. I was driving to the coffee shop the other morning, and there's people out on the street just yelling like, "We love you." Like you guys understand, this is the first time like humanity's ever like collectively like done some shit like this. Like that I can sit up here like, and you guys can like look at like all of this, right? And it makes sense. And we're like, cool, we're Pittsburgh. Fucking think about that. Like, that shit is exceptional. That is so valuable right now. So I don't even know what the question was, but like I just really want to like hype everybody.
I don't know what the question was
because like yo, like I
shed a
really
thug
like
tear.
all of you are dope, and like I'm excited to just see like the response when everybody sees exactly who we know we are.
No, I feel you. We
no
appreciate
doubt.
you, and I think that resonates true. That definitely resonates true. There's an appreciation for what we do. There's all this crazy shit going on, but there's definitely like this appreciation for what we do and why Day and myself, why we push so hard on this podcast, we get to link up with guys like yourself, guys like Sebak, guys like, you know, these breweries where it's like people really trying to do stuff to push the culture forward, to keep this culture of inclusiveness going. And again, with you, I've always felt like it's working together. It's like two dudes talking, chop it up, trying to better each other and trying to be like, yo, what the fuck can we do next? Like, what can we do?
No
to
doubt,
make some
better
dope shit happen?
yourself. Like yo, like make it where you can come up with an idea and provide access for so like you know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing for me that I've learned over like my life, right? Like opportunity always was something I noticed because like that shit didn't come around very often, right?
True.
So like from my perspective, I'm like, oh shit, an opportunity. So like to get that, like don't just get it and then just like have that take you somewhere. Get it where you can like provide access. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that's,
open
like,
the door. Once you
definitely,
open the door, kick that bitch open and get as many people in as you can before that bitch closes. You know what I mean? That's what we try to do here. And we appreciate because you
No
did
doubt,
that.
man,
You brought us down to Studio M and you provided us an opportunity to grow as well. Everybody here has done that, and that's what we're celebrating tonight is Pittsburgh entrepreneurship, small business, and growth. Kicking that fucking door open, man.
You asked where can you find him? I remember where I met you at Kerry Furnace.
That is the first time we met. That
Did
is
he
the
have
first time we
cognac?
met.
was that at a brew,
Yo,
gentlemen?
we gotta get together and sit down. I want to ask you like all the decisions you made and like the moves you made to be a legend. You're like low key like, oh, it just happened. But
You gotta get in line,
Sebak's
man.
a genius.
You gotta get in line. We trying to figure that shit out too. Like,
I think
hey,
the major key is to show up with cognac.
and an
Like,
intact
nobody's-
hairline. Like,
I don't
think
know anywhere else
If you
that
got
I show up with
cognac
cognac.
and a beautiful hairline, you're good to go.
You
Like,
show know with cognac,
I'm already failing on one of them. So
No, it surprises me. And so I think, a huge part of it is just longevity. It's just keeping doing it. Just keep working and keep making things.
Longevity, what every man is searching for.
Oh,
Just keep doing it. We want to motivate people, right?
we got parents in the crowd. You getting all nasty. Don't get it.
Being a parent doesn't necessarily come from longevity. I'll tell you that. I know that from personal experience. Here we go. So moving on.
We got another guest coming on.
We do.
I actually want to introduce this because I'm
well, fuck.
hometown hero. I'm from
All right,
Braddock.
I'll say that.
You know what I mean? I've been following this man. Since he was just trying to get a Subway. He hopped up on Colbert and was like, yo, I just want a Subway B. And everybody was like, the fuck you mean a Subway? And everybody was like, I don't know. But, and from there, he has rebuilt an entire community. He actually took us to the next level. And he's an amazing figure. Let's give it up for John Fetterman.
Jay Fetterman, say what up to the people.
Hey, I don't have any hair or cognac, so it's off to a bad start. How do you follow that shit? That's what pisses me off. He's mixing drinks in a retro polar bear shaker, and I have to come up here with a bottle of water. So. But it's great to be here with you guys.
This is your third time on. We appreciate every time you come and spend time with us. It's really dope. We followed you. We support you. Appreciate you, man. It's really cool to sit with you.
It's crazy because
I don't know what that means.
We used
What
to
is
doing
your
shows.
mean?
People are like, oh, this is fun. But this is one of those shows where everybody talked about y'all and was like, I can't wait. Everybody had a favorite here. You know what I mean? And it was super dope to watch. And you have been killing it, man. I love your resolve through all of this
Well, I'd
bullshit
like to,
that we've been going through recently.
if we can all agree to collectively grieve the result from earlier.
Yes.
I apologize if there are some Trump fans in the audience.
I don't.
But
I don't give a damn.
It's
my,
okay. You can because you have to. I don't.
My
I don't
wife.
have to.
My wife spent the whole day after the election, honestly, in tears. The morning after, we have a 5-year-old daughter, and she asked who's president, and you had to tell her it was Trump, and she started crying. A 5-year-old, you know.
If she didn't, then maybe, because as a 34-year-old, I may have dropped a few tears my damn self.
It's been a really odd week, and that's. It's hard. It's aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you enjoy the play? So everything else has been kind of secondary to that.
So I wanted to ask you this. What the fuck do you think happened? Because
we've had
I'm sitting at the crib with wifey, we talking about it, and I'm like, yo, I think this dude's about to win. She's like, there's no way he's gonna win. I'm like, yo, I think this motherfucker's about to win.
Well, when I was watching the returns come in, and I saw how close Florida was, I started to get that latent anxiety. I'm like, well, that's not part of the firewall.
Florida.
But then when
can we annex Florida? Can we make Florida not a thing? Can we trade Puerto Rico for Florida? Is that in the laws?
Everyone saw that Bugs Bunny gif where he saw Florida off on Twitter that day. But at any rate, and then when Virginia got jammed up too close to call, I was like, he's gonna fucking win. And because their models, Clinton's models had them up 12 points in Virginia. And they actually, I have staffers that were on my campaign that got jobs with Clintons, and they sent them from Virginia to Arizona. They're like, we got this shit in the bag. We're going to go after a red state. And Virginia was painfully close. And once that and then Ohio fell. And Ohio, for anyone that follows politics, Ohio, you have to go before Eisenhower, before the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and your birthday, Rick.
As goes Ohio, goes the nation.
To have a president that became president without winning Ohio.
That was for me watching it at home. I saw Ohio go, and I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Oh, PA went red too. I
No,
I
PA
have to
went
say,
red,
just because I
but-
got mad shit
Yeah.
online, people like, yo, fuck Ohio. I'm like, but your state's going red too.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was because, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
And I was actually kind of surprised when I saw, PA go red itself. I mean, and like, it was crazy for me. I've been seeing so many opinions on, what went wrong and personally, I saw a lot of people saying like, she's got it in the bag. They was there a time
I
where
I never thought she had it in the bag. I thought she was going to win. And anyone that thought that Clinton would lose Pennsylvania is full of shit. I mean, like, no one
Yeah.
saw that coming.
No.
Donald Trump on election night was like, there's no way I'm going to win Pennsylvania. That being said, I thought it was going to be a close race. Donald Trump filled Hershey Arena by himself on a Friday night before the election. I mean, that takes some star power to do that. I mean, when all you have to offer is a bunch of third-rate yokels introducing Donald Trump, the place was packed and they had thousands in overflow. So the enthusiasm level caught everyone off guard. I attribute a lot of the loss, especially in states like Michigan, which was 13,000. 13,000 votes decided Michigan. And New Hampshire was, 700 or something? I mean, and it's like, I don't want to get booed, but it's the third party shit. And it's like, you know what? They're all evil. I'm going to vote for blah, blah. And I that was my shtick that during those 6 months between the primary and the election is we need all hands on deck. If Hillary isn't your ideal candidate, great. I respect that. But if you live in California, vote for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. I don't know why you'd want to, but if you live in Pennsylvania, please don't. Or Florida or New Hampshire, please don't. Because this false equivalency has kind of creeped into this election where, well, they're both this. Well, she had her emails, and meanwhile he is, it's just
so what do you say to the folks that say Hillary didn't she felt as if she had it and she didn't campaign enough in the Rust Belt? Because she never stepped foot in Wisconsin, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
who the fuck goes to Wisconsin though?
People well, that's
we
the thing.
follow her for shit that no regular person like, yo, I'm finna go to Wisconsin.
The president of the United
my
States the one that wants to be president of the United States go to Wisconsin. I mean, it was one of those things where she
I'm
felt
never
she had it in the
going to
bag.
fucking Wisconsin.
You're
I'll
not.
tell you
You're
that
not
now.
running. Fuck.
Once I'm touring, you ain't gonna have. I'm not booking a night in Wisconsin. The DVD's coming out.
As a candidate, I'm gonna go there just for the motherfucking cheese. You know what I mean? That's an extra. That's like an excuse. You know what? We gotta make a stop. In Wisconsin, to get some rally. But fuck that, I want some cheddar out this bitch. You know what I mean? But so there's a lot of critics that say she just kind of did not campaign enough in that Rust Belt because she felt it had so to
she campaigned a frenetic pace. She was in Pennsylvania 7 times in the last 3 weeks.
She brought Jay-Z out in Ohio, and then she was out in Philly.
Let's
in
not
the last...
talk about that though. That's a shucking job move like a motherfucker to me.
And that's the thing. It's like our reality now is a collective reflection of what everyone believes. And right now, more people believe that Donald Trump should be a president versus Hillary Clinton.
But the popular vote said no.
But see, that's the thing. That's not the game, though. It's like the game that the rules that everybody agreed to, where it's the Electoral College. 8 years ago, I was ecstatic because we just elected the first African-American president. And I was in the Electoral College, and this nation felt like we could really, I can't believe that was only 8 years ago. And 8 years later, we elected a reality show host. And I don't mean to take your 100th to a dark place.
Oh no, it's the 100th, man.
No, but it's
city papers
just,
that were politically minded. I don't know the fuck they are talking about.
When you think how far,
here we are.
When you think how far we've come in 8 years, I hope that there's that same whipsaw to the other side in 4 years or 8 years, because I'm genuinely concerned here. Remember when people were scared of Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
Remember when Al Gore went during the debate and it's like, oh, no. I'd like to have a beer with George Bush instead. And, what has changed in our politics now where we have collectively let a man go on record, say, I grab women by the pussy. Sorry, that's not, you know.
I hope this is drinking partners.
And he won the woman vote. Like he,
how does
that happen?
Well, so here's the thing: is what and looking
What
at
do you think? How do you think that happens?
I don't know.
So this is what I think. Having the perspective of like, first of all, like growing up in Texas, right? The perspective that I have is that there is a misunderstanding of individuals' realities that you see every single day, that you pass every single day, that you interact with every single day. You have no, like for me, like let's be real. How different is a reality of a 50-year-old conservative, right? From a college, a young college African American. You know what I'm saying? They see two different worlds. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we got to understand that, right? There's two completely different worlds. You know, I applaud the people that like, Rick, you're fucking awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, like
we already knew that.
You were awesome. Like, yo, when I told you I appreciate you, it's at a level that I can't necessarily like explain in words.
Well, thank you.
Truly,
it's like Donald Trump held a campaign rally in Menneson, Pennsylvania. I was just talking with someone here. Like the last presidential campaign to come there, John Kennedy visited there. You know, like that's how long ago it was.
Yeah, he hit that.
And I had campaign events in Menneson. You know, I was the only one in my race. You know, and it's like people were laughing at his approach, but you know, it's like collectively everybody got it wrong on that.
So what do you say to the what's going on now? The common theme that like basically the white lash. That like this is the more or less backlash that this is white America taking back their country. How do you feel about that critique of how he won the presidency?
Well, I mean, he certainly aroused the base with a lot of the dog whistling, and it wasn't even dog whistling. It was just blatant racism. But he also tapped in and mined the dark side of economic populism. There are towns, and this is my whole professional career, is what happened to all these towns across Pennsylvania and across the Rust Belt where there is no realistic path forward at the currently. And he tapped into that, and he managed to create a movement that was the most remarkable result in American political history. I mean, they're going to be studying that in history books for the next 60 years.
Yeah.
And people are going to wonder how we elected a reality show host as, president of the United States. But we have him now. I mean, that is our reality. And he's going to, Sarah Palin, the director of the Interior.
Oh, man.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, Ben Carson.
Yo,
education.
Can we collectively, as a Negro nation, say fuck Ben Carson?
We've collectively.
We
traded him in the racial draft.
We were so.
Don't when you see Ben Carson fucking up the education, don't look at us. We traded him a while ago.
We were so pro Ben Carson.
We took Justin Timberlake for that motherfucker. Like we got.
I don't know though.
We traded.
I gotta check Justin Timberlake's temperature. Like, he could be on Brady's side, but I'm just saying.
We took John Fetterman for Ben Carson. We were like, let's.
Gifted Hands. I read Gifted Hands. I was like, yay, Ben Carson. Then this motherfucker went on TV. I was like, who the fuck is this nigga? Where he come from? So let me ask you, with you seem like a politician who is legitimately about the people, right?
Well,
how difficult is the climate for you to navigate where you are legitimately for the people, where everybody else is playing like the game of politics?
I mean, that's nice of you to say. All I can care about is all I can care about, and that's just been what it is. And it's our campaign was your zip code shouldn't determine your destiny, and that's been the question: is like what is going to happen to McKeesport? Has anyone been to downtown McKeesport recently?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I was there for 5 minutes,
devastating.
and I wish I didn't. I wasn't.
Yeah, it's devastating. It's devastating. Or Menneson. Like, let's talk about Menneson.
Yeah.
Like, you go to downtown Menneson, it breaks your heart. And it's like, what's the path forward? What's the way forward in these places? And he's selling lies. Like, we did a press conference for Clinton campaign across from the Edgar Thompson in our town when it was revealed that all he buys is Chinese steel for his buildings. And I was talking to the union workers, and their president said that more than half their men are going to vote for Donald Trump, knowing that he buys Chinese steel. You know, so it's an oddity that I can't fully explain, and you know, what bothers me is that this guy goes home and sits on a solid gold toilet and has never cared about anybody else or
He's got a bidet, man. He probably got the water shooting up his ass.
So I just.
I don't trust a dude with water shooting up his ass.
I understand half the anger of the people that voted for Donald Trump, because I don't believe every Trump supporter goes home and burns crosses in their spare time.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I have a terrible headache. Let me grab a hammer and start beating it. It's like, I understand the symptoms. I just question the cure that people chose. And I am frightened, and it creates a level of despair.
So, I wholeheartedly agree, because, you know, I think there's been this whole, like, you know, wave of articles saying how, like, you know, liberals, they got on their pedestals and they talk down to folks, and that's why, like, there wasn't an open dialogue. And the thing is that, like, when people do get into that mode, it's like you have to offer a solution that's viable to them. You know, like, you know, they're angry. They have a situation that they're in. They see no way out. And this guy comes over and they offer hope. You know, and you see that, and like, okay, he's offering hope, and you're just talking down to me. I'm going to go with this side of hope. And there's this whole, you know, wave of people saying, hey, how about we just talk to them? How about we not just, you know, throw them to the side and say, you know what, like, you're just this or that or you know, the other. How about we find out why you're voting this way, and then offer you a better solution. There's so many communities in Allegheny County where...
Was that a pro-Trump clap? Or no? I don't know what the fuck just happened.
That's a pro-poor clap, because I'm poor.
It's, especially in African-American communities and towns, there are places that don't have quality playgrounds, you know?
Yeah.
And my Senate race ended up costing $170 million.
Jesus Christ.
$170 million.
You know how many Timberlands I could have
bought
bought with that shit?
There you go. It would have been better to buy that Timberlands, because
Timberlands.
90% of that money went to
you.
calling each other shitheads on television back and forth. And it's like, until you get Citizens United fixed and money out of politics, like, don't tell a town that we don't have money for your new playground, but we have $170 million to say, you know, you're this and you're that. It's perverse, and it has to change, you know?
So where do we go from your perspective? How do we move forward? Like, you have this president. He is the president, or president-elect. There's nothing you can do about it now unless some fuck shit come up, which we all praying for. I don't know. Like, I'm waiting for like a Trump letter to come out. You know what I mean?
I'm just waiting for the bombs to fly.
Right. So what do we do? I mean, again, my perspective, we don't have many politicians who have that heart that you have. So how do we move forward as a nation? How do we navigate this country with him as the leader, you know, or whatever the fuck you want to call him?
One, it's to acknowledge how difficult the coming years are going to be, because, and I warned this on the surrogate trail, is that if Trump wins, the Senate falls, and if the Senate falls, they have all three. And if they have all three, then they are going to stack the Supreme Court.
Fuck
You
that.
can, with the...
And Supreme Court is 30 years. Like, it's like, you know, they're there 30 years. And everything that you hold dear as a progressive or even a Democrat, choice, unions' abilities to organize, environmental regulation, Obamacare, you know, gay marriage. I mean, think of all the things that the Supreme Court has upheld, and all that's going to change in this coming administration, and that is shocking, and it's scary, and that to me is the biggest loss, because long after he's gone, whether it's in 4 years or 8 or even shorter,
given the lawsuits, the
I say that
of them,
because the one guy that predicted Trump was going to win also predicts that he'll be impeached. So, you know, but that being said, it's like when he's gone, we'll still have a super conservative Supreme Court that's going to be able to influence all of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like to acknowledge first that it's going to be an enormous headwind for progressives is first and foremost. And really, it's just a matter of getting involved and just understanding that it's like we were collectively asleep at the switch for somebody like Donald Trump to ascend to power the way he did. You know, he doesn't
cocky.
And we just can't ever let that happen again. Because I hope he does. I hope he's not as crazy as he is. I hope he secretly, is like, well, I don't really mean I'm going to deport 11 million people and all that stuff. But if you run through the roster of literally 175 things that he said, it's shocking.
It's damning.
shocking.
And he's building a Legion of Doom right now.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
That's a great way. And their headquarters are in the swamp, like in the cartoon
that they're trying to drain.
Yeah, and it's like, what a shit show murderer's row of Chris Christie and Rudy Giuliani that looks like that vampire from the what was that, the William Dafoe played him, Shadow of the Vampire. And I mean, you just look at the people that he's bringing into the White House now.
It doesn't seem as if they're like bucking against the establishment when you're putting in politicians and CEOs.
Well, when you keep the incumbents, like you're not.
Yeah, you keep the incumbents.
Shit.
It's like, drain the swamp, but keep that dude. Like,
Chris
50
Christie.
of those dudes, 51 of those dudes. Like,
Chris Christie.
All those, let's drain the swamp, but let's keep all of them.
Yeah,
except that one.
Chris Christie, who said that he wouldn't admit a 5-year-old Syrian orphan boy into the country. This guy is going to have a role in his upcoming administration. Like
So wait, fuck Trump. This is a celebration. Thank you for coming on.
We got deep. I apologize.
No, don't apologize.
We got
real
y'all
in these streets.
We got y'all liquored up and then went down.
No. We didn't go down anyway. I just want to. So first of all, we want to thank all of our guests who come on. We had Rick Sebak, we had Baron Batch, we had John Fetterman. Thank everybody for coming on, celebrating with us. Thank you all for coming out. We want to just give you all an opportunity, if you have any questions, to kind of hit with a Q&A.
So now we get to open it up to the audience. I think we got some mics over there so you guys can shout out, stand up, or whatever. I think we got a floating mic in case anybody needs to get loud. And if you got a question, just raise your hand, stand up, we'll call out. Is that good?
Raise your hand unless you got that weird elbow that locks in. I don't want to see that. If you got that weird elbow that inverts, keep your fucking hand down and just blink.
Check, you good?
We good?
All right.
Well, Buzzy, you go to the people.
I'm going to give you some beer.
You got the mic. You
got questions? Grab somebody. Point them out. We're going
to do a couple questions, and we got a couple people to shout out who showed mad love. So we'll take a few questions. Here we go. Yep.
This question's primarily for Mayor Fetterman. My question is, I'm a resident of the city of Pittsburgh, and obviously I voted toward the liberal end or I wouldn't be here tonight. Things didn't go the way we all thought it was going to go. So given that the next 4 years is going to be not the way we all thought it was going to be, what can I, as an individual citizen, do to move things in the proper direction?
Just continue to advocate for civility, continue to advocate for decency, to continue to advocate for equality and inclusiveness and openness. And that's what's great about podcasts like this, is that it just keeps saturate the airways, because at the end of the day, Hillary did win the popular vote. And the inmates, the irony is the inmates are in charge of the asylum for the next 4 years, but there are a lot more reasonable people than there are ones that are hardcore Trump. And just realize how quickly things can flip back, and just get involved, and just never let vigilance down again. I mean, when every vote counts, like I won my first election by 1 vote, literally, So I'm a messenger for every vote counts, and in this race, every vote counts, And we saw that happen in 2000. Al Gore, we got George Bush instead of Al Gore as president, over 571 votes in Florida. That's
you got to get rid of Florida, man.
Yeah, So that's what I would. That's all you can do at this point, because they've got shit on lockdown. They've got the presidency. They've got the Senate. They've got the House, you know? And in Pennsylvania now, thanks to gerrymandering, they've got a veto-proof majority in the Senate, and they've got a supermajority in the Pennsylvania House, you know? So it's like, you know, they use this, I heard a phrase, it's a slow-moving right-wing coup, and it's hard to argue that's not occurring because you wake up and look around and you're like, oh shit, it really is on lockdown. And whatever's dear to you, chances are that's probably going to be under siege in the next 4 years in terms of public policy.
Shit,
Got a
good
lot of work
shit,
ahead of
man.
us.
Thank you.
And watch out for the war on Christmas, okay? You know.
Hey, they can eliminate Christmas. That
you
shit
gotta-
costing me a lot more. I got 2 kids.
I could do
about
without
to let
December.
these motherfuckers
My kid's
know.
birthday is in December. You know how bad I want to get away, get rid of Christmas, man.
Yeah, you got an instant Christmas deterrent though.
Oh
like,
man,
everything about December.
It doesn't
is your
matter how
birthday.
good the president is; it's just bad because it's like, oh, you don't love me enough.
You got to
'Cause it-
stop busting nuts in March. Here we go.
So what's up? You got another? You all right?
Hi, I'm Katie from the North Hills, and I think this is probably a question for Rick Sebak, but anybody is welcome to chime in. Given what's happened this week and given what's going on in the world, clearly we have a lot of history in the Pittsburgh area, and we have a lot of inspiring people who've come before us. Who can you point to that we can look to for inspiration to help us through these times? Give it, besides the words we've heard tonight, which have certainly been very inspiring. What else can you point to, Rick Sebak, please? We need this. We need some inspiration.
Well, that's directed to Sebak then, right?
I think it is.
You know, she
Okay.
said that several times. It's the Sebak. She's like,
Katie
Sebak,
from the North Hills wants to know.
where is your white horse? Can
think-
you save us?
I think no, I can't save you at all. But I think the easiest answer is Fred Rogers.
Yeah. Because he was a Navy SEAL and he's gonna come
He
through.
was
and
never a
just-
Navy SEAL. And no, I just think that, you know, as John said, to be civil to each other, to keep the kindness flowing, to be good people, you know, to be nice to each other. You know, if you see something bad happen, don't let it happen. You know, side with the person who's being persecuted. Look for helpers. Do all the things that Mr. Rogers taught us. I don't know. I just think that that was one of my first thoughts that morning. Just like, what are we gonna do?
That's real shit.
And the scariest thing I saw was a map in the New York Times later this week where they showed the United States and voting by county. And, you know, you make fun of Florida, but there's a corridor in Florida that's blue. And there's a corridor in South Carolina that's blue.
Yeah, but
and
it's-
in Pennsylvania,
it's
there's only
little,
two little
though.
dots
It's
that are
Philly
blue.
and Pittsburgh.
But that's how it is in all the fucking states. It's like super red. Then the major cities are blue, but all that other shit is red.
But what I'm saying
That
is
shit look
we're
like
a lot
weather
redder
map where
than
a
any of those
hurricane coming
places in
through.
the
Like, it's
South
just
that we
fucked up.
I
worry
live in
about.
Beaver County. I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like when I was there, I was like, they were like, "Oh, we got it wrapped up," and I looked out the window, like, not here. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I get you.
No, and, you know.
So take care of each other, man. We're it like when you know, like when she
Jerry
says stronger
Springer.
together, we are really stronger together, man. Like we are in this together, and no matter what they do at the top, like people underestimate grassroots movements. You know what I mean? And this room, like everything,
Drinking
people,
Partners
like, I
is
mean,
the
like
grassroots.
people here, what we're doing tonight, this is bridging. Like I don't know who you voted for. I don't care who you voted for. You came here tonight. You're hearing this discussion. We're able to have this openly, and we are, you know, I want to believe, at the end of the day, good human beings. And you see, like, we are only here because of the, you know, the grace of other people, and we're in this together. I mean, so
I kind
moving
of care
forward-
about who you voted for, though. I need to know, like, I'm not gonna be at Eden Park chilling with you when you voted for Trump. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You can't rock with these cookies.
That might have been a
together.
little alcohol
So
talking to us. but-
I'll say another obvious answer. You gotta follow Ed and Dave both, whether it's on
Do
Instagram
that
or
shit.
Twitter or Facebook.
Oh,
No,
Ricky.
I'm
Pretty,
serious.
pretty, pretty Ricky.
I'm
That's why we
serious.
have him.
I'm serious
He's trying
because
to take us
after
home
I was
tonight.
on the last time, I friended you both. Ed posts more than you do, Day.
No, not at all.
Oh,
I
come
think he got
on.
his
If you ever follow Day,
Some mornings I wake.
This nigga Day one of them, I'm brushing my teeth with this Republican toothbrush type dudes. I'd be like, nah, we don't want to hear that shit.
But it always seems wise.
In IG,
Whether
I
you're
might.
complaining about work or, whatever is going on in the world, sometimes there's 12 in the morning.
Because fuck work. Work for yourself. Like, why you out here working for other people? Like, I work for people and I work for myself, and I'm going to say working for myself is much doper. Like, that shit is cool. Like, fuck that. You go to work for these corporations, these niggas be exploiting you, yo.
I just
Can
wanna
we
say
just move
that-
on? Because now I'm getting tight.
I just want to say that we don't have saviors. Nobody's gonna come and save you. You have to do it yourself.
Don't save
We have to
her.
do it for
She
each
don't
other.
wanna be
Look to your next
saved.
dude.
Don't
Look to your
save her.
left and your right.
She don't
That's who's
wanna
gonna help
be
you,
saved.
not some
Don't
guy from up
save
high.
her.
My opinion.
She don't want
We got
to
another
be saved.
question.
Don't save her.
Right?
She don't want to be saved. That was for the 13% of y'all who listen to 3-6 Mafia.
It was a dual-ended question, and I wanted to get to, I think Rick can tackle both these. Since he's disavowing, he's going into Kickstarters. Your next project with particularly sexual healing in mind, you've done history porn, you've done food porn. When are you going to actually do real porn?
Wait, you've done porn?
Ricky Salvaje. Yeah, he's already got a name.
I thought
Ricky
we were the
Salvaje.
darkest shit you've done. You've done porn documentaries? You gave me a DVD of a breakfast documentary, and you got porn documentaries in the tuck? Like,
Yeah, you
what?
did.
No, the question was, when would I start
When
that?
you releasing your
No, he
video,
said
B?
you did them. He said when you gonna be in one. He
Yeah.
said you've done them.
That'll be the day.
Word. Well, we want to thank everybody for coming out.
Wait, we got a.
It's been a long night. We thank you for staying. I don't know what the fuck. I don't
All
even know
right,
how we
so
go
just
from here.
let me do what the fuck I do. So, first of all, thank you all for coming out. As they said, that's dope. We actually got a couple
All
people
of you
that
were
we want to
dope.
shout out, especially who brought some shit. They was like, yo, we mess with drinking partners.
Yeah.
We fucks with y'all. And we want you guys to drink with us on the podcast. So before we do so, if you want to stay, you can. If not, we just want to thank our guests, Rick Sebak, Baron Batch, John Fetterman. Make sure you follow those people. Seriously, it's not just about understanding the art that they promote, but understand that these people have minds, they have positions, they have thoughts, they have you know what I'm saying? It's shit that you can really learn from everybody. We have a very diverse cast. It's like people come from different backgrounds, but you all understand, we got to get this shit right because we definitely elected Trump. Like, I don't give a fuck. Whoever you voted for, we elected Trump, since y'all want to talk that we shit. So we got to figure out how to make this shit right, how to keep it going forward. These are three guys that I trust personally who invest in diversity, in making America great again for real. Like, not on that rhetoric shit, but like making America great, like making it a situation where everybody can thrive, everybody can eat. I watch Paid in Full. Y'all don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but everybody eats, B. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Thank you for coming on. We are going to have a couple drinks with some people who have been supporting the podcast since day one. First off, we want to shout out my boy Ryan in the crowd. Put your hands up. Ryan's in here.
Ryan. Yo, it was crazy. We met Ryan at Hitchhiker, right? We was out at Hitchhiker. We got completely shit-faced. And afterwards, he's like, I'm going to Indiana, B. I'm going to bring you back some shit. And we're like, yeah, we'll never see you again. But, like, and then he fucking showed up tonight with some Indiana beers, God. Like, we're like...
And not even that he showed up tonight. Ryan showed up first.
Yeah,
Like,
he was, like, here.
This is the first event where I've been to where white people were late, and it was crazy because y'all was late as fuck. Ryan been here since 6:15, just kind of chilling. He ain't take his jacket off till 10:30, so shout out to you. And so we have, I don't know what the fuck this is.
What is...
Three Floyd's Alpha
King.
King from someplace in Indiana that I'll never go because I don't trust Indiana. But
This shit is fucking ridiculous,
Munster,
man.
right? Munster? Munster, Indiana, he said, is one of those beers.
I got pulled over in Munster, Indiana. They
Yeah,
took
you
my weed
definitely
from me. I
get
was
pulled
more
over
upset
in
about that.
Munster,
So,
Indiana.
You brought up some, bad memories, but
You'll get pulled over riding a hover round in Munster. Like, let me see if that shit registers. So we're gonna take a sip of this, whatever the fuck it is. I'm gonna tell you it's great.
I'm already halfway through the bottle.
Yeah,
like,
well, that
I'm
wasn't
about to
the
go
plan.
out the Munster. I'm about to risk my jail time to be back out there for that. This is some fire ass shit, bro. Thank you. We appreciate you. We ain't think we gonna see you again. That was crazy. We were like, oh, this drunk motherfucker talking.
So this
shit.
was good.
Yeah, you know how drunk motherfuckers be talking.
I'm
shit.
not gonna let Dave just sit here.
We best friends, B.
Dave's
like,
just gonna sit here and insult you. I'm not gonna do that.
Christmas party, B. It's like, no, you're not.
I'm
You
gonna
wake up in
say,
the morning like, no, you're not.
Thank
He
you
actually
for
did it.
this. I don't know why Dave's still trying to insult you. You
not
wear
insulting
glasses
anybody.
and a nice jacket. Like, I trust you. Like, you got one of them over-pull hoodies. Like, it's not a hoodie, it's not a sweater, it's a swooty. Like, you know what I mean? It's a sweater that zips, but only from the nipple up. I trust people who wear those.
It's
you
the
know?
Pirates game, like the Pirates game fleece.
Oh, it's called the box seat.
Yeah, the
Okay,
box
so
seat
we got
fleece.
box seats.
So all right, we got to get
One
you
more.
guys out the fuck out of it.
Can we do one more? Because we got Wagwire here, and he brought Henny, and that's just for me. Like, I'm a Henny
who
dude.
brought
Waggy.
Waggy brought Henny. Where
Waggy
at?
brought Hennessy. Bring your motherfucking
He
ass up
bring
here.
tacos because that's what he's
That
known for.
is racist.
It's
God.
not- he's fucking Latino
Mexican,
with
that was
with a
racist. So,
taco truck.
Waggy are your Wagwire. We said we are going to do it. He went to the back. Fine. So thank you guys for coming out. The shit ended weird. I'm still going to take shots with him. If you have any questions for these individuals, they're going to try to run out really quickly, so stop them first.
If you need selfies with Rick Sebak, then get him in motion. Get him, yeah, I mean. Thank you. Yo, the 100th episode, man. We did this for, like, thank you so fucking much. We fucking, the 100th episode, fucking 100. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Remember, we got T-shirts, koozies,
T-shirts, and
bottle openers. We love you all. Please continue to drink. As always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family. And we out of here.